All right, so today we are going to be showing you, or I'm going to be showing you Veriswap. And what is Veriswap? It is a safe way to trade online. This is not a sponsorship. This is not an affiliate code. The only code I have is this one on the bottom of the screen where it says 95DR. So you can use that code and I will get $15 in trade credit. I don't think you get anything. I'm sorry about that. Maybe I can fix that, or maybe I can talk to them about maybe we could do something together, but they do not know I'm making this content. I didn't even know I was going to make this content until I had like 20 trade offers. I actually started taking it more seriously. I uploaded a bunch of cards, even some PC cards, to Veriswap and my card post, and slowly getting to eBay. I'm like a few days after the Wilmington Card Show, and I am swimming in content. I have so much editing to do, but I know that sometimes you just have to take a break from editing. Sometimes you have to get back into the hobby with some transactions. So here we go. I'm going to do maybe like a few minutes on what Veriswap is, and then I'm going to get into a speed run of about 20 trades. I think 4 of them I already like declined, so maybe it's like 16. But as I was declining them, I was like, why don't I just try to make some content out of this? So here we go. Faceless content. Just going to go sharing my screen. Here, the first thing we say here, or the first thing that's up here, it says Veriswap. What is it? It's a marketplace for swapping sports cards and trading cards. So I'm not going to, this Luca Silver Prism PSA 10 and Zion Silver PSA 10. Who knows how much those are even worth anymore? But basically, the great thing about Veriswap is they have a middleman. Okay, both parties ship to a middleman, and they verify. They verify. I guess that's the very in Veriswap, but they verify. Oh my god, I can't even say that anymore. The contents of the package. They've actually even I've seen the Instagram content, and I'm not going to put it up here right now, but they've actually made the content where they identify fakes and counterfeits. I imagine that they're not 100% catching every single thing, but I think they have a really good system, and thank goodness they have that type of system in place where they're verifying their best the authenticity. I do not think that they authenticate slabs. That could be down here somewhere, but I'm not going to go through every single question in this FAQ. If you want to check it out, you can go to their website, or again, you can download their app and you can read their FAQ there, and use code, not use code Denny, use code 95DR. I would love to see how many people can get me some more trade credits. Okay, I got to go a little bit slower maybe. So, I'm not going to read this whole thing where it says how it's different. Uh, with PWCC, that's an auction house. Golden, that's an auction house. My Slabs, that's another place I guess you could trade. I've never used My Slabs. I've used My Card Post. I've used Veriswap, and I've only had one successful trade on Veriswap so far. But I think that my second one's going to be coming really soon because I have, again, I just haven't been taking it as seriously as maybe I wanted to in the past. So I'm just taking it more. I'm trying to make a more concerted effort in getting my cards, I guess, moved, like traded or sold and things like that. Uh, what is allowed on Veriswap? Okay, I said I'm not going to go through everything, so just read up on this. You could do graded, you could do raw. There's all sorts of like payment and Stripe. The big difference, and I'll say this, my card post is like a subscription Netflix based model where you pay a certain amount of money per month to post up their cards for seller trade. It is free to buy. Again, I can say that because this is not sponsored content. This is really content to just talk out some trades, maybe help you out. I think the first 10 minutes are going to be really tight and neat and tidy. And then who knows, the wheels may fall off the wagon. But I want to share with you that in Veriswap, I do believe it's 3%. So it's not free, but instead of a monthly subscription, it is, I don't know, it's here somewhere. Just go find it yourself if you are curious. But then they have a Stripe payment system. So it's kind of like credit card. So I think it's like 2.9%. Again, I don't know the exact number. If Veriswap watches this, and Raymond Lee, shout out to Raymond Lee, the owner operator of Veriswap, if he can kind of help us, or I can maybe get the answer from him and then put it in the comments, I'll do that. So uh you do ship to the middleman. See, there's a bunch of stuff here. It says Veriswap does not authenticate slabs except in the case of Pokemon slabs. Why is that the case? I have no clue. Veriswap is only responsible for verifying the contents of each trader's package. Again, a safe way to trade. My card post doesn't do that. It's an honor system. You send it to the trading partner, and they send that to you. As far as I know, there hasn't been any issues, which is pretty amazing. But I'm not here to like juxtapose the two. I may make content about that in the future, but right now, the only reason I brought that up is Veriswap does have a way to verify, but again, it's kind of like pros and cons for each one. So, and I'm not advocating one over the other at all. I really hope that people understand that to be the case. Although my card post has been a sponsor in the past, they're currently not sponsoring me or affiliate. And same thing with Veriswap. So let's go to and they also have a vault. I don't have anything vaulted there. I don't have any I don't know, experience or information about this at all. Much like my card post and eBay, you get to keep the cards. You don't have to send them into the vault to trade or to sell. You just get to have them in your house. Okay, so I will just say that. Let me see this. Cards stored in the vault are fully insured for free for the lower of their declared or market value. Interesting. Okay. State of the vault itself is a state of the art, earthquake proof, and temperature controlled facility, ensuring the highest level of protection for your items. Interesting. I may have to, if I do that, I'll make some content out of it and I'll let you know how it goes. But let's get into the trades. Okay. So I wanted to show you that there is a lot of I don't know what to call it, like speed, or I've heard the term deal velocity. I'm still trying to figure out what that really means, but just basically like the alacrity in transactions. So I posted up a lot of cards, and I expressed interest in other people's cards, and people expressed interest in my cards. So I only have one successful shipment or transaction, and that is a Lamar Jackson 2020 Lamar Jackson Panini Kaboom PSA 9 for $620. This was 7 months ago. Again, I haven't been taking it seriously. Waiting is just a lot of cards that I expressed interest in, like an 86 Fleer PSA 5, kind of like a trade up type of thing. And there's a way, and the reason there's so many, I didn't click on every single one of these, but there's a way if you express interest in one card in Veriswap, you're able to express interest in all of that same card in their system. So that's why I have 22 waiting, 17 action required. I want to go to the very bottom because there's only 1 hour left, and this is what compelled me to start making this content. Is let's go to this very first interest thing. So the trading partners expressed interest in your inventory. Are you interested in their inventory? They're interested in this Mike Trout 2023 PSA 10 Uranus, insert joke here. Soto Cosmic Chrome out of 10, Auto Black Eclipse, Zay Flowers Downtown 2023. Let me scroll down a little bit more. Oh, I can't scroll down this way. Interesting. Um, can I squeeze it in? No, I cannot. So there's two more cards. Okay. It doesn't really matter so much because I think I'm going to decline this. I did take a look. I'm going to try to speed run this. They have a really nice I think this is their best card here. It's a Donruss purple laser rated rookie uh SGA. It's raw. And what did I say here? I think the SGA raw. Oh my gosh, I'm already losing my notes. What did I say about this SGA Raw? It's not $1,500. I think that's the ultimate thing I should say to myself is I'm not gonna make this deal. It's nice that they're interested in my cards here, but I think a PSA 9. Oh, here we go. A PSA 9 did 700 on 8/19/24. Oh yeah, what am I doing? I totally meant to show you market movers. That's a place that you can use code Denny. So if I put in 2018 Donruss purple, I can't really do it because I can't click on this thing. But if I go here to sorry, I was looking something up earlier. Purple laser, what is it? Out of 88? Or is that no? It's out of 15. Out of 15, we have here. Oh man, I'm messing this up. It was here and now I can't find it. Okay. Let me put in PSA 9 because I know that PSA 9 raw or PSA purple laser PSA 9, not 2019, 2018. Here we go. We're getting closer to it. All right, you're gonna have to believe me. I can't pull it up in a stressful situation. Why can't I get this going? Donruss rated shy. Am I spelling it wrong? Here it is. I totally, yeah, it's because they didn't have rated in the name. That's why. 2018-19 Panini Donruss SGA rookie purple laser out of 15 rookie PSA 9 $700 on uh, uh, August 19th, 2024. And here's another one that was a year prior, almost 485 for the same card. This is a red and blue laser though, but it's out of 15. So I'm not going to go through all the other lasers, but I'm going to have to say this one's a little valued a little bit too high, and I am not interested in the facsimile autos or whatever these are called with the Cacao Wow. And then we have a Keontae George, Cherry Blossoms. I thought about it, but I think that price tag might be a little bit too high. I do like Cherry Blossoms. I have a Shaquille O'Neal. We'll get to that in a little bit. And then a Trey Young. I mean, he's like the most shilled player in on eBay. So I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm not interested. I'm not gonna say maybe in my not interest pile. I'm gonna just say thanks. Let me just type that in. Thanks for the interest. But I think I will have to pass. If you want to make a cash offer on any of the cards, please feel free to do so. Okay, and I might copy and paste that just in case. I'm gonna use that. All right, so that's one trade down. This one, we're gonna go to like the uh most pressing, or the ones that have been sitting the longest. So I'm gonna go from like reverse chronological order. So here we have a trade partner interested in a Connor Bedard. I'm into this card for $1,000 basically, or I should have sold it at 1,000. I think I'm into it for like maybe 750. I got this like, I don't know, 8 months ago at the Greenville show, when it was at $1,000, and I got it for like 750 from someone who was selling it, or a member of the public when I was setting up as a dealer. So 556 is pretty spot on with the I think maybe 550. I don't know, but basically it's pretty close to the comps, not that much over. And of course, I'm saying that on August 16th. I don't know when you're going to watch this. Maybe he has an amazing year, or maybe he gets injured. I do not collect basketball. I mean, should I'm not going to edit any of this, I think, because I'm just so tired of editing. I do not collect hockey. So these three cards are his most expensive cards. I do not like these players or cards. I don't even know. I didn't even know there was a Matt Rempe $10,000 card out there. I don't even know who these guys are. Will Kuyl and Quinn Hughes. No clue. No clue who they are. That said, this person does have a 2023 Bowman U now, Caitlin Clark, PSA 10. This is not a $2,300 card, but if you go to, and I really wish there was a way I could click on this. Let me see if I say express interest. Okay. Oh, I think it just went to express interest. Okay. Um, this individual, 2023 Bowman now, Caitlin Clark out of 99 PSA 10. I think that's what it was. All right. So the most recent sale on this is 1.4K, $1,400 on March 25th, 2025. We have here a similar, so these aren't identical because that's a horizontal and this is a vertical, but this is also a Bowman U now. autograph. I actually have a sealed box of this. I bought it for like $900 and I didn't open it. I got it directly from Topps and I sat on it for a year. So maybe I opened that up, or I don't know. I don't know what to do with it, but I'm glad. I think the box prices are about a little bit over 2 grand on this. So this one, oh yeah, I don't know. This one is not it because there's no auto. I forgot to put in the word auto. The search engines are only as good as the input you put into them. So 1.4, 1.5, that's the identical card, I believe. Of course, I uh, expressed interest and it went away. 1.4, 1.5, 1.4, 1.65, but this one is again a different variation. So we're looking at 1.4, 1.5. And so I think they wanted the Connor Bedard. And I think this person, I messaged with them a little bit before I expressed interest, but they were maybe interested in maybe like the Zayflower downtown and adding cash. So I'll see what I can do with them for that. So we're gonna go to this next one. This one's a really interesting, tricky one. So this one, um, I have actually put this story on my Instagram. Again, I'm not gonna like overlay it into this content, but it's a 2016 Panini Studio from downtown Kevin Garnett BGS 10 Black Label. Beautiful, beautiful card. Pristine black label, 10s all across the board. And yeah, I mean, there's not a single defect in this card whatsoever. It's not a PSA 10, it's a BGS 10, black label. I think it's an amazing, beautiful card. Now, the PSA 2016 Studio Downtown Durant PSA 10s are going for about 1.4, 1.38. So 1400, 1380, 1250, 1180, all in like 2025. Now, if we put in BGS, we're going to be getting the pristine, even the pristine at 1360, a pristine 1180. So this card graded really well, I guess. I guess it was just a perfectly cut and produced and card that people pulled and got some great grades on, because I know pristines and black labels are so hard to come by. But so we have here BGS 9.5 going for 900 in January of 2025, a pristine, another pristine. And again, I don't know if these are the same, like, I don't know, passed around hot potato, or if it's the same cert number, because I'm not clicking into every single one of these. But there's a bunch of pristines here. Look at this: BGS 10, BGS 10, BGS 10, BGS 9.5, 9.5, 9.5, 9.5. Just yeah, these are all. So there are, what am I trying to say? Oh, here's finally some BGS 9s going for $400. So it looks like the gem rate on this card is not that low. Again, maybe it is, and those other cards are not been available for sale. I think 6K for this card might be too much of an ask. I think that it is a beautiful card, but I did have discussions with this trader on Instagram. I don't want to say who they are, but it's a great card. But I asked people in my stories, like, what did they think that the value of the card would be? The what is the multiplier from a PSA 10 to a black label 10? Is it 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times? I think a lot of people were somewhere between 3, maybe 4 times, and it also could depend on the card, it could depend on the gem rate, all that stuff, right? I mean, it's all like dependent, right? And then I asked people, how much do you think this card costs? And I think a lot of people were somewhere around the 3 to 4 thousand range. Now, could it be worth more? Sure. And the person who has this card was trying to explain to me why arguably it could be even be more than 6 grand. And I just, I entertained it. I thought about it, but ultimately I'm gonna have to pass. But here they did want 3,200 in cash plus this Jordan hot numbers BGS 9, the Bedard that we talked about earlier, Zay Flowers PSA 10 downtown that we talked about earlier as well, and this 2022 Panini Prism Gold Wave Paul Pierce PSA 10 out of 10 for 200. And this individual, the trader, was trying to explain to me that the true gold did about 300, and the gold waves are about half of the true golds. I don't know how true that is, but again, ultimately, we're not going to be making this deal. So I'm going to go ahead and decline it. And I'm going to say, thank you. Well, let me copy and paste. Oh, where'd it go? No, I will just make a new one. I'll just say, thank you for the trade offer. I really appreciate our conversation and your time in trying to work out a deal. I just do not think I am the right person for this card. I wish you luck with trading it. Okay. So that's a decline. I am not going to decline every single one. I am actually going to be making some offers on some cards. So I'm going to do it in real time with you. So this one, I expressed interest in this person's these three cards. It's a Luka Doncic rookie Prism Silver BGS 9 and 9.5, a raw Anthony Edwards rookie Prism out of 299 True Red, and a 2022 Luka Contender Silver Hollow Auto, not numbered, or it's encased, not graded, not numbered. And they are interested in the Jordan Flare Hot numbers. So let's go ahead and see if we can create an offer. And it says here, your trade partner has expressed interest in some of your cards. Proceed to construct a formal offer. So I know that this is high, the 1500. I'm high on all my Jordans. I will say that straight up. But I also know that the true value somewhere around, or the market value is currently around 900 to 1,000. Actually, let me just put that in here. Jordan Hot numbers. And then let's go to, oh yeah, BGS 9 right here. BGS 9. Best offer accepted 6 days ago, 1K. What's going on? 1 point. Oh, so that's a BGS 9.5. It's 1450, 9.5, 1700, 9.5, 1500. Now, here's another best offer accepted on February 1st, 2025 of 1,030. So I actually thought about cracking and resubbing, or cracking crossover and over to PSA. Now, PSA 9 would be doing 1,300. PSA 9 here, 1,100. PSA 9, 1,300. PSA 8, 930. Now, do I think I could get a PSA 10? Probably unlikely. Who knows? I mean, maybe they missed something, but with these older 90s cards, they're very, very stringent, and it's so hard to gem any 90s cards. So I doubt that I'll be going for a 10. That said, do I try to cross it over? I mean, it's tempting. I'll say that. It is definitely tempting. Let me show you this card. Let me show you the subgrades, centering, edges, surface, all 9.5. The corners is where it's 8.5. Now, I mean, could PSA just say, yeah, that's a PSA 9 as well? Then that would be about a $300 bump on this card, and that would be a win. Grading would cost maybe about $100, but am I willing to play that gamble? Maybe I do. Maybe I make content out of that. But this is a pretty cool card. Okay, this cat, get out of here! Get out of here! You're crazy. Oh my gosh, it's like a street cat. All right, sorry about that. Uh, let me see. Where do I go? I'm completely okay. Let me counter. We notice that your trade contains raw cards. Well, their side does, mine doesn't. I'm gonna press confirm, and I'm going to what am I doing here? Select cards. Okay, so I 2022 silver hollow auto. Now this card, or let me put in silver or hollow. Well, let's see what pops up. We have a PSA 10 out of 10 pop 1 selling for 1570, a raw doing 1K, a PS, I guess the same card. Oh, Tull. Ooh, this is, well, I don't want to accuse, but this Tull with different variations, like Tull World, they've been known, I don't want to accuse, but they have been known in the circles in the hobby, uh, in eBay to be a potential. Again, I am not making casting any aspersions, but they have been known to be a potential shill bidder. I'll just say that. They have been known to do that by other parties. I cannot confirm at all, so I am not accusing them of it, but that makes me a little bit wary of these prices. That's just my risk tolerance. So I'm gonna probably pass on that because I can't identify the um I can't, not that I can't identify. Yeah, this raw, let me see this card. See a little surface issue in the middle. I don't know if that's dust or not. I see some, again, is that dust? Is that not? Now I can't really see the bottom in zoom, but it looks maybe a little heavy on the bottom than the top with the centering. The left to right looks a little bit off too. It looks heavier on the left than the right. Again, with my, without using one of those tools or anything like that. I think this could not gem. Maybe it would get a 9. Could it even get lower? See, do we even have the back? I think you're required to show the back. And of course, this person does not show the back at all. That's a hard pass. I can't do that. And this 825 on a, regular silver hollow, I think this is going to be a pass. I think that I'm going to have to cancel, and I'm going to have to decline offer, and I'm going to say thank you for the double expressed interest. I liked some of your cards, but without showing the back of the Anthony Edwards out of 99, I am hesitant to proceed with a trade. Thank you, though. So yeah, that's a nice way of me just saying, look, I mean, I think that's like the common decency. If you're doing a raw card, you got to show the back. Like, what if there's a scratch or a dent in the back, and there's just no way, right? There's no way we can make that trade. Here we have an Umbreon. So, they have a note here. You can put notes with your double express interest. So this is where I express interest in some of their cards. They express interest in some of my cards. And again, it is not a binding trade offer, just non-binding indications of interest to get the trade offer off the ground. Um, Off the ground trade offer. Okay, that's get to 900 on the Jordan, which again we saw it was 1K. Get to 900 on the Jordan, and let's make a deal on something. Handshake emoji. I'll do 1250, 1350 trade value for the pair. And they have a Moonbreon. What is this called? It's a 2021 full art Umbreon Pokemon Sword and Shield Evolving Skies PSA 10. And I think this valuation is, well, let's go to create an offer. And let's go to, they have it at 550. Average sale price 494. Well, I think I had notes on this one too. All right, so I'm just gonna read this out. So the full art has 4 sales. Okay, you know what? Let's just do it. We're already here. We have the Market Movers app open. Let's just go and do it like this. All right, we have here, some of these are not, yeah, they are all the same. Okay, so we have 340 on March 21st, 550 on March 16th, and these are both sold on Cards HQ. We have your 589 in February, 656 on February 2nd, and I thought that there were some more recent dates. Interesting. Let me remove some of this stuff. the FA. Let me put in Umbreon. Let me take out the V. Let me take out Sword and Shield. Let me just put in Evolving Skies and PSA 10, Umbreon. And okay, we're gonna get the Moonbreon here, which is clearly is not the card. So we're gonna have to scroll through here and look for the actual card. These are all Moonbreons. Okay, here, 515, April 14th. Okay, so there's one. We have here, skipping those. Those aren't it. We're gonna have to go to the next page. We have here 450 on April 13th. And then we have scroll. Is this fun? Are people enjoying this? Is this right? Yes, it is. 500 on April 10th, and then just trust me, bro, because I don't want to go all the way to April 5th. There's another comp at 467. So if you add all four of those up and divide by 4, you get a average of 483. Okay, so that's my average of the last 4 comps. And again, comps are not they're somewhat anchors, but they're just a starting point. We don't have to be completely tethered to comps, but we have here about a $483 card. He has it valued at 550, but he's telling me to get down to 900. I know 1500 is high. Let's say I put this at 1,000. That's closer for sure. So I don't fault this person for being at 550. I price my card high too. What if there's a market fluctuation? It makes sense for some people if they're willing to park cards and sit on them to mark them higher. Because what if it goes up and you're not, checking the prices every single day? So 483, 15, so 900 is what they want. And then the Pulisic, I won't go into all the market mover stuff here because, again, due to time, but I have here 4 sales of 281, 320, 335, 360, all from February 12th to March 11th. And the average of those 4 numbers is 324. So we have 324 plus 900 to about 1224. So he's saying he'll get to 1250 to 1350 trade value on this. And so I am thinking, let me counter. So, I mean, what are we doing? Are we saying cash? Like, are you willing to add cash to the deal then? Or is it just trade value of 1250 to 1350? The Umbreon does average last 4 comps is, I don't know if that's full English, is 483, 67 off your 550 valuation. I can come down to 1,000 on the MJ, which is last 2 comps. All right. So I'm going to say 1,000, 324, 13, and then you minus out the 483. I think we're looking at, what is that, about $800. So I'm going to say add cash. Is it 800? Oh my gosh. Let me bring out I'm going to use my phone. Sorry, just one moment. 1,000 plus 324 is equal to 1342 minus 483. We got 859. So, I mean, what if I just say, instead of 859, 800, add cash to the trade, and then I'll see what they say. And then maybe I do an update video. So I'm going to send the revised. Did I do it right? Send revised offer. 800. Where's the cash money thing? Add cash to the trade. There we go. 8, add cash to trade. Why won't it? Is it not? What if I add cash value here? 800. Is that how to do it? Yeah, well, I don't want to do that. I want to put it over here. Select cards. Oh yeah, let's see what else they have. Yeah, they have like a Tyson Beck, Steph Curry at 2 grand, Zach Edey at 700, a BGS 10 pristine. They have some other stuff. I'm not really interested in too much in much of this stuff, so I'm gonna pass on the other cards. But the Moonbryon, if I can't get this to work, I'm not going to send an offer. Wow, it's not working. I don't know why. Let me just take out the hot numbers. I can't even do that. What's going on? Your trade. I'm sorry about this. Terrible content, huh? Okay, I don't know why this is working. Send revised offer. See, I don't want to screw this up and send a really unweighted offer and then they accept it. I don't know what to do though here. Can I decline? Can I clear? What can I do here? We're going to clear. We're just going to clear. All right. We're going to decline offer and say, thanks, but sorry, I cannot get to 900 on the MJ for trade value when the last two did 1K. Also, the Umbreon, though nice, has last 4 comps average out to 483. Thank you, though. And best of luck. All right, decline. All right, declined another one. It's the declining machine here. All right, this one is interesting. So this is a double express interest. We have here an Anthony Richardson horizontal kaboom PSA 10 at 880. And we have an SGA select elephant case hit. Let's create the offer. They want the Zay Flowers. So trust me, bro, again on this one, because I'm not going to go through the whole thing with market movers because I already did it with market movers. But 800 on March 22nd, 880 February 24th, 659 December 29th, and 909 December 2nd on this horizontal kaboom. That averages out to the last 4 comps of $812. Again, I think that 659 really sinks it, but we do have to include it. I mean, if we're going to include the 909, we got to include the 659 too as well. So that comes out to 812. And I actually looked at the pop report. So this jammed 139 times and total submission was 1,373 for a 37% gem rate. So I did want to say that about this card. I looked at the gem rate, the total population. I really love that PSA provided that information on their website and their app. So really nice card. And so we have here about 812, somewhere between 810 and 880. And they want the Zay Flowers at 550. Or I don't know what they want for it, but I know that the last 5, the most recent comps, they're all from April too. So from like April 6th to April 15th. So this card is actually transacted quite often. This is my card here. And this card has actually a really high gem rate, 62% gem rate. It's a pop 357 with a total submission of 574 to PSA. So pretty high gem rate. If you pack pull this card and you submit it, you have a really good chance of getting a pack of a PSA 10. What I'm trying to say here. So the last 5 comps from that time period of 1 week or 2 weeks from in April are 515, 495, 493, 494, 470 for an average of those 5 of 493. And so we have here about a $500 card, average sales price 500, powered by Market Movers. Shout out, use the code Danny for a 14-day free trial and 20% off the lifetime of your membership. And we are going to make a deal here, or we're going to make a counter. Sorry. So this is because of that SGA Elephant, which I can talk about real quickly here as well. What is there to say about this? There's a high upside on this card, but I may have to ask for clearer pictures. Actually, I won't ask for clearer pictures. It's we're just gonna go off gut feel here. So the card looks really clean. It has a not a high pop count. So it's been submitted 22 times to PSA, and 12 of them have gem minted. And when it gem minted, it sold for $380 and this is strange, $751, which sounds really too high, but I'm not sure. As a PSA 9, of which there are 7 of them, $170 and $100 from December 23. So they have a sticker here of 190, and raw, the last 3 comps are 150 from March 20th, 137 on January 15th, and 203 on December 3rd. So we're like in the ballpark of 190. So I'm not too, these are pretty okay. These are pretty okay. So I'll say the comps on your cards are pretty spot on, maybe a little high, but so is my Zay. Uh, here is a here is my offer for both, and it includes trading the Zay to you. All right, so we are gonna go to 500, and we have here 812. So we have 812 plus, let's say, what's the average? Okay, let me try this again. 150 plus 137 plus 203 is equal to 490 divided by 3 is $163. So we have $163 plus 812 is 975. You minus out 500 and we're looking at 475, but cash is king. So I'm not going to give a full 475. I'm going to say let's give about a 90% because these are case hits. So we'll go times 0.9 for about 427. So I'll probably want to end up at 427. So what I'm going to offer up is I'm going to offer add cash value of 400, or do I lowball a little bit lower than 400, like 390? I like the cards. I like the SGA Elephant. Um, the AR Horizontal Kaboom maybe has some upside. So I'll go say 400. You may disagree with that. You may think that's too low. Some of you may think it's spot on. I'm going to add cash to the trade, $400 with the Zay Flowers PSA 10, and I am asking for the Elephant SGA and the Anthony Richardson Horizontal Kaboom. And the comps on your cards are pretty spot on, maybe a little high, but so is my Zay. Here's my offer for both, and it includes trading the Zay to you. Okay. Send revised offer. Yes. Confirm. I will be charged. Oh, I did not want to show you this, but you know what? Actually, there's nothing. You just see the last 4 digits of my credit card. I don't think that's going to be too much of an issue. I hope not. Gosh, I hope not. Um, but yeah, I have a redeemed free trade. See, this is why I really don't want to do. I want to use the free trade on something big. I'll talk to Veriswap and see if I can get a different free trade because I don't know how I have a free trade, but I have a free trade, and so the whole amount due would be $1, which is pretty incredible. Vault discount amount. I don't even. I think it's because he has one of the cards vaulted. Anyway, send revised offer. Let's send it. What's done is done. He'll probably decline it anyway. But here I'm waiting for a response. Action required 11. How many minutes are we into this thing? 44 minutes into this thing. Let's power through. Maybe some of you are still watching. Maybe some of you have clicked off. It's all good. Let's go ahead with the next one. We have here an SGA red choice out of 88 PSA 9. This card, they are asking, so let's go to create an offer. So we get to the next screen. They are asking 1,600 for this card. 1,600 for, I don't have the pop amounts here, but I do have, uh, let's go to market movers. Let's go and put in this information here. Let's see what pops up. Oh, what, Andy Reid? No, I don't want that. You know what? It's because it's like S. Gilgis. I'm just put in Shea. I'm going to put in Shea. Prism choice. Yeah, here we go. 1,030 on March 27th. That's raw. That's raw on bids auction from someone who that seems okay. That seems like just someone like me who's trying to grind. Not an auction house, but also not someone who is supposedly known to be like a shill bidder or anything like that. We have your PSA 9 at 650 on February 20th. We have here PSA 9 630 on January 26th from Fanatics Collect. And this was fixed price, the 650, best offer accepted. We have here a PSA 10 1.4, 1400 on December 28th, fixed price. Another fixed price, July 9th, 540. That's PSA 9. And what else? A PSA 10 1450 on June 22nd. So we're going to take out all of the raw on the PSA 10s. We're going to go to the three PSA 9s, 650, 630, and 540. That averages out to 607. And so we're really off. We're really off the 1600. We're talking about not average sales price of 650. They're probably pulling the raw and like a not out of 88, like a just a regular, I don't know, probably like retail red, or I don't know why it says 650 here. Having said that, we saw in market movers that we have the actual comps here, and we are $993 away from their 1,600 ask price. That doesn't mean that we can't make a deal. It does not mean that. And it looks like they prefer Luka, Ja, Tatum, any other big name basketball football player, and they prefer downtown auto, kaboom, low numbered auto. That's like everyone. That is like literally many people in the hobby. So we have here a $1,600 price tag, but about a $600 card, $607 card, and they want the Zayflowers at 550, or that's the number that I have. We saw earlier it's about $500 card as of mid-April, and a Jaden Daniels PSA 9, which I put at 535. I know that there are 5 comps of 321, 439, 410, 660, and 487, which averages out to 463. I am high in the card, about $72 higher than what it should be. If we go off the exact of the average of the last 5 comps. That said, let's make an offer. Let's counter. Let's put here saying first, thank you for expressing interest. I saw that the last 3 PSA 9 comps were 650, 630, and 540. And so I have a number around 600 on your card. If you are willing to add cash to make this deal happen, I am willing to to trade the Zay and Jaden. Okay. So how much do I ask for, right? So we got 600, and we have here 500 and 463. So let me get this out here. 500 plus 465 is 965 minus 600, 365. So I would want to ask from them $365. They'll likely say no, but let's go ahead and just say add cash. This didn't work for me last time. Let's see if it works this time. It didn't work again. Okay. I can't, I don't want to send that. Let me remove my Jaden and I'll add cards. See, I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry about this, folks. I don't know why this won't add cash value here. What did I say? 365? I guess it doesn't matter. I'll just any number. Add cash to trade it. There should be a dollar thing that pops up here. So for this one, I'm gonna have to do on the app. I think that maybe if I do it on the app, which I don't have a share screen of, I will try to reach out to this person, but I doubt, especially if they're at 1600 on this card, that they're going to. Let me come on. All right. Okay, I know what to say. Values off, cards above comp. Okay, I'll put in reason. Thank you for expressing interest. Yeah, okay. So basically what I said earlier, but I'm just declining. I'm not gonna be doing like 360 and all that. So I'm just gonna say decline. I would have offered a 365, but we couldn't do it. All right, this person says not looking to trade my big boy ants right now, but like the shack. So there are 3 cards that I told them I liked, and they said they liked the shack. So let's go ahead and create an offer. Again, just to get to the screen, we have here a T-Mac Dunkin' Donuts, and we have here an SGC 7. And, these cards are just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That's where that 7 probably happened, the top left corner. Um, I mean, I don't can't see under. I see some surface issues there near the N, the pink N. Just some surface. It's acetate. It's a beautiful card, but they want 200 on it. So seems pretty low. I don't even have to comp the card. Maybe it's 200. Maybe it's 100. I don't know. Maybe it's 300. I'm not gonna check the comps on this card. They're saying no to these two. They probably want cash on that. They want the shack. They're interested. But I mean, what do I do here? He likes the shack. So do I make an offer? This one, I'm probably going to not make an offer because I want to get a big trade on. I want to make a big trade for my first free trade, right? So here I'm going to say decline, and I'm going to say thank you for your interest. I'm declining everything, I guess. This thank you for your interest. Um, but I would like to get more for the shack than just the T-Mac Dunkin' Donuts, much as it is a pretty dope card. Thanks. Thanks and good luck. All right. Decline. All right. Just declining everything, I guess, today. All right, here we go. This one I'm gonna have to decline. I want to show. I just wanted to show you though. It's not a double express interest. It's just an express interest. So they just expressed interest in this Jeter 2020 tops now. I know I'm a little high on this card again for market fluctuations, but it's a raw card. It's at a 99. It's when he like jumped into the stands at Fenway Park, I believe. And this person has just a lot of baseball that I'm just not interested in. I have this baseball to get out of baseball. So they have an Austin Wells, a Gunnar Henderson, Adley Rushman, Topps Museums, Topps Chrome Black Update Autos, Juan Soto Celebration, Garrett Mitchell, Adley Rushman. And those are, sort by highest price first. There's nothing, I'm not going to trade down for these lower cards either. So I'm going to just say not interested. And I'm going to say thanks. Thank you for your interest. However, if you would like the Jeter, please feel free to make a cash offer as I checked out the inventory and did not see anything that I was interested in. Thanks and good luck. Decline. Okay. All right. We're down to action required 8. We have here someone interested in the Cam Whitmore. They have a Dennis Rodman for $5,000. It tops 1 of 1, but it's the unlicensed Dennis Rodman from 2021 tops. What is it? Finest. Then they have a Puka Phoenix. I can't tell what it is, but maybe Auto Green. I don't know what serial number that is. Nico Collins, Donruss Optic, Purple Velocity, PSA 10. I mean, I like this Messi FIFA, but I mean, again, I don't want to make a small trade, so I'm gonna say not interested, and I'm just gonna say thanks. I like the Messi tie dye, but I think I would like to make a bigger trade, and I did not see anything else I liked. Thank you, though, and good luck. Okay, decline. Okay, we're moving on. What am I at now? They're at. Okay, what did I have for this individual? They wanted. They wanted this 2021 Russell Wilson Kaboom vertical PSA 10. Now, if I'm not going to do it now, but this is a very low pop gem rate and pop count. So this is a pop 2, and I did pick this up at the Wilmington Card Show, and I got it for $900. I think it was low priced. I think the flip, I want more for this. Maybe not 1600, which is what I have stickered on in my card post in Veriswap. But this card is a 2% gem rate. Okay, so this card has been submitted over 60 times and has. Let me go to. I mean, I don't think I'm interested in any of these. I'm gonna say not interested. I Let me just check real quick. Yeah. There's nothing here that's really jumping out at me. So I'm going to probably say no to this. I mean, of course this jumps out at me. This is amazing, but it's a manufactured patch, and for 20 grand, there's a lot of cards I want for 20 grand if I had it, but it won't be this card. So I'm just going to say not interested, and I'm going to say the same thing. Thanks so much. Great MJ and others, but I will have to pass. Okay, so going back to this Russell Wilson Kaboom, where is it? Oh, of course it's gone here. Is anyone else interested in it? No. Okay, so just trust me, source, trust me, bro. But 2% gem rate, pop 2 out of like over 60 submissions. I guess that would be like a more than a 2% gem rate. But anyway, it is pop 2. It has been submitted for like, over 60, 70 times. And in 2021, they just made less kabooms than they did in 2020, 3, 24, 25. And so that 2021 kaboom is I think over $1,000 card. We'll see if it ultimately is, because that's what I'm gonna try to ask for. But I don't think that it is like, should be valued or content like a 2023 absolute vertical kaboom of Russell Wilson PSA 10, which has a higher pop count and a higher gem rate. So anyway, let's move on to this MJ. I did say I was going to speed run this. Clearly, that's not happening. It is not an actual speed run. This is a single express interest, meaning I haven't expressed interest in any of their cards. So let's take a look at these cards. I haven't looked at these yet. Trade partners interested in the MJ hot numbers, which is definitely getting a lot of eyeballs, which is great. We have here a Kyler Murray. Ooh, 5,000 BGS 8, 5,000 2019 limited draft day signatures. I don't know what numbering that is, even if it's a one of one. 5 grand, not looking to put that much into a Kyler Murray, even though he's Korean American. And I hope he does. I hope he has a great season and career. But with Marvin Harrison Jr., I hope he does well. Johnny Kilroy, PSA 10, 4 grand. I don't think I know this card. I love this card. I don't have this in a graded card. I think I have a raw copy. But I don't think this is close to a $4,000 card. And I don't even have to look at the Tatis. Again, is this a one of one? Like, I don't think that's a $3,000 card without even looking at market movers or anything like that. So I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna just say not interested, and interested in inventory but cards overvalued. I think that's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna even put in a message for that one. That was just way too high. I think I sent out one offer, right? Maybe it was one offer I've sent out. This one is a user has proposed an actual trade. So this is not just an express interest. They actually proposed a trade here. And we have here the Bedard at 565, which is a little bit over comps, but pretty spot on, in my opinion. And they want to trade for me $620 in estimated value of basically hockey cards. And I'm actually looking to trade this hockey out of hockey into basketball or football or maybe even baseball or even wrestling. So when I see these cards, I mean, could this card be like $1,000 card that he says as a SJC 10 Ovechkin Dazzlers? Maybe. I mean, maybe this one I'll check out the price, but I have no interest in Jack Hughes, another Bedard, McTavish or McTavish, and I know about Adam Fox, but don't think I'm gonna make this trade. I do want to look at the price of the 2020 Upper Deck Dazzlers pink. Let me go ahead and not carry over SGC 10. Let me just see how much this card is. In general, we're looking at a $5 card as a in a whatever this is, not a real grading company. It did a $35. So yeah, $2, $14. This is not arguably not a $110 card. Maybe it is, but yeah, as a raw card, it's pretty low. I'm just gonna decline it, and I'm just going to say don't like the players, and I'll say cards above comps, and I'll just say thanks. Thanks for the offer, but I will pass for now. Okay, so decline. Let's move on to this one. Okay, so this person has, and this is an actual offer, and a note from the trading partner says had Zay valued at 500, which is right, and Jaw at 205, right where last two sold for. So this Jaw has sold for more. Well, I won't go into. Let's just do it. Let's just do it real quick. Um, I have asked for the 250 for this card in the past. I put it at 300, 285 December 24th. I mean, I don't know what this person's looking at, but I have here 285 on December. Maybe if I, remove some things from here, I can get a different price. Yeah, 140 as a 995. That's not the same card. That's not the same card. 300 as a raw on March. So I don't think that I'm that off with the 300 for a PSA 10. I don't. So he says I would have to bump in 200 in cash plus the Zay plus the Jaw for a Chop Robinson. And for this card, he says here, notes one of his best cards. And in the description, he wrote 2024 Chop Robinson Prism Football Black Shimmer 1 of 1, first off the line. Nebula did 1680. So I did talk to someone. I actually talked to several people about this, and I didn't put up a Instagram story post or question, but basically the Nebula is more coveted. The Black Shimmer is not as coveted, but it may be arguably like half the value of a Nebula. So let's say it is half. That would be around 840. I would be buying this raw and looking at the condition here. Did they even show the back? I can't remember, but I it may be $1,000 card. It really may be, but here's the back. Top right corner has a little white. I think when I messaged this person, they said this could possibly be like an 8 or a 9, which I appreciated his honesty instead of being like, this is a perfect gem in card. I think maybe there's a little bit of a print line here where underneath the dolphin too, like going across horizontally. But I appreciate the offer. They are a veteran in the trader in Veriswap. They have 10 plus successful trades in Veriswap. So they know the drill, they know what to do. Let's say I don't say it's 1,000. Let's say it is like 860 or like 800. They want 500 plus, they said 200, so 700 and then 900. This is actually really close. This one I'm going to actually not counter, decline, or accept. I'm going to park this. I'm going to keep this in the back burner. I don't want to commit to this because I just want to move on to the last trades. For the completionists who are still watching this, if you are, thank you. You know how I like to get experimental with my content. A lot of you may have just dropped off. That's totally fine. But here we have someone. So let's move on. Is what I'm trying to say. Your trade partner is interested in this Jaden, but there's nothing here. I don't even know what to say. I'm interested in what do I say? I'm interested in what? Like, there's nothing in here. Send offer, express interest. They have nothing they have no inventory pulled up at all. So I don't know what to do with this. I just not interested, I guess. I'll just say hi. Do you have any cards in your inventory for trade? And then I'll decline because I don't know what to do with that. All right. Moving on to another express interest at the Connor Bedard PSA 10 Young Guns. We have here Luca at 3,200 black box 1 of 1, I imagine. Spectra 20. Man, that auto looks pretty rough. I'll take a look. I'll say maybe I'm interested in. I'll take a look at these. Wow, 3,000 for a tie-dye XRC 25 Caleb Williams. Maybe that's what it goes for. Mahomes BGS 9 rated rookie. I imagine that is the base. We have here a Wemby Mercury. We have here a Caleb Williams. We have another Wemby Mercury auto. Let's go to I'm interested. Send. Let me express interest. Let me see this card. I can't. There's no way for me to zoom in. All right, I'll keep you updated on this card too, I guess, if I do end up publishing or pushing up this content. I mean, I'm interested. When you express interest, you're not binding anything. So I can say interested in that, interested in that. Sure. Why don't it's like shopping. Like just put it in the cart. Interested in that. Uh I don't I don't think I'm interested in the Mercury autos of Wemby in this non unlicensed. Same with the Topps Chrome Caleb Williams. Ant-Man, PSA 9, Tatum. Yeah, sure. Why not? I'm going to say no to the booklet. Caleb Williams, Topps Now draft pick. No, pass. Odunze, Prism Gold RPA. I don't like, yeah, that's the flamethrower. I think that's the backyard breaks thing. I'll pass. Kate Cunningham, select. I know that's, no, I'm going to pass. Pass, 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 pass. Lamine Yamal, PSA 9, finest. Oh, I'll say yes to that. So I have here a estimated value of 11,575. Oops. Great. I have to redo that. Oh yeah. All right. Let me remove the Luca. I don't like that auto. So I'll say Caleb, Mahomes. What did I say? Tatum. Did I say yes to the Rome? No, I did not. Rome, Caleb. Some of these photos are pretty rough. Lamine, that's what I wanted. Express interest, 6,875. I'm just gonna express interest. I'll keep you updated. All right, last one we have here a Pulisic. Okay, the one we talked about in the past. They have here a game used Paul Skeens, 2 strikes, Splinter. I don't know, Splinter fastball, August 4th, 2024. A Bowman draft flag variation of Paul Skeens and Henry Davis. So they have baseball. I have soccer. So I'm gonna guess they want 1,000 for this ball. I have no clue how the baseball market works. 1,500. Okay, 1,500, 900, 800. It's all baseball. It's all cards that I do not want. I think, yeah. I didn't know you could do baseballs. That's pretty cool. I mean, yeah. I'm just not. Ooh, 99. Let me see. If I go to I'm interested and send offer, I want to see. I want to see more of this card. How come I can't? All right, let me add card. All right, this is what I wanted to do. Splinker fastball. Doesn't make sense what that means. But we have here a authenticity baseball. Okay. Game used Paul Skeens versus Jock Peterson. Strike, 99.8 miles per hour fastball. It was a ball. I don't know if that means ball as in the actual ball or ball versus strike. August 4th, 2024. And that is something else. Congratulations. Baseball is something else. P.S. You can look up your authentication certificate at mlb.com/authentication. That is pretty neat. Pretty neat. Especially, it has the letter and all that authentication. I am not in the market for Paul Skeens baseball. So I am going to come back out of here and at least get them the answer, which is going to be thank you, but no thank you. But in doing so, I got to give them some props for this ball. Say thank you. Thank you for your interest, but I will have to pass. Although I did want to let you know, I think that Skeens baseball is a really neat item and would be perfect for a Skeens fan. Maybe even Livy Dunn. And then put a smiley emoji. Okay. So I declined it. There you have it. This one I am going to consider and think about, but that was it. So again, use Market Movers, use code Denny for 20% off the lifetime of your membership and a 14-day free trial. It's been going really well for me. You guys have been excellent using that code. For Veriswap, I'm going to have to, this whole time it was underneath here. Okay. Yeah, use referral code 95DR during sign up after you download the Veriswap app. I'm sorry. I actually didn't even see this down here the entire time. So this was in a way almost like a solo podcast because I've just been talking, but you do have the screen. Hope you've been following along. I do apologize that this was up the entire time where you might not have seen what was behind it. So that's my bad. But use code 95DR during sign up after you download the Veriswap app. Next time, if I do similar content, I will try to remember to hide this banner. That said, if you've been watching to this point, you are a true supporter, fan, whatever it is, follower, subscriber. And if you haven't subscribed and you like content like this, subscribe. I imagine not a lot of people will. This is gone way too long. But this was fun for me. So thank you so much for watching, listening, and supporting. And I'm going to say, take care of yourselves. Until next time.